Accordingly, troops will sustain the renewed vigor and momentum till the nation's crude oil production target is achieved and exceeded. Meanwhile, for our ongoing operations in other parts of the country, I will say that we remain focused on defeating and killing the enemy wherever they are hiding. I must also state that we are in a better place today than at any previous time in terms of our operations. During the week under review, troops neutralized 147 terrorists and arrested 381 of them. We also arrested 23 perpetrators of oil theft and rescued 113 kidnapped hostages during the period under review. Now in the South-South, troops denied the oil theft of an estimated sum of over 943 billion naira. Furthermore, troops recovered 74 assorted weapons and over 3,000 assorted ammunition during the period under review. We also recovered 42 AK-47 rifles, 288 rounds of RG-55 ammo, and 470 rounds of 7.62mm NATO ammunition, among other items recovered. The troops in the Niger Delta area also discovered and destroyed 15 dugout pits and 27 storage tanks, among other items destroyed. Additionally, troops recovered over 920,000 liters of stolen crude oil during the week, as well as over 88,000 liters of illegally refined AGO and over 7,000 liters of illegally refined PMS, otherwise known as petrol. We can now take a look at our operations across the country, beginning with the Northeast, where we have Operation Harden K. Troops of Operation Harden K recorded the following during the period under review. Terrorist combatants with their families surrendered to troops at the following locations: Bama, Goza, and Dikwa local government areas of Borno State. Also, troops conducted fighting patrols and ambushes in Damboa, Bama, Goza local government area, as well as the Maiduguri Municipal Council. All of these are in Borno State. Troops also raided terrorist enclaves in Bama and Damboa local government areas of Borno State, while they arrested terrorist commanders in Gujba and Gaidam local government areas of Yobe State. Overall, the troops of Operation Harden K neutralized 81 terrorists during the week. They arrested 52 suspects and they rescued 34 kidnapped hostages during the period. The troops of Operation Harden K also recovered 21 AK-47 rifles, over 300 rounds of 7.62mm special ammo, and 320 rounds of 7.62mm NATO ammunition, among other items recovered. We can now move to the North Central, where we have Operation Safe Haven. The troops conducted fighting patrols in Riom, Bokos, Barkin-Ladi, Jos South, local government areas of Plateau State. Additionally, the troops conducted counter and anti-kidnapping operations in Mangu, Kanke, Jos East and Jos South local government areas of Plateau State. Troops also arrested suspected violent extremists in the course of the operations in Barkin Ladi, Bassa, and Riom local government areas of Plateau State. Overall, the troops of Operation Safe Haven neutralized 10 insurgents, arrested 78 suspects, and rescued 16 kidnapped hostages during the period under review. Now, deeper into the North Central is Operation Wild Stroke. The troops of Wild Stroke recorded the following during the period under review. The troops conducted offensive operations in Karim, Lamido, and Nasarawa local government areas of Taraba and Nasarawa states, as well as in Ukum and Katsina Allah local government areas of Benue State. Additionally, the troops arrested violent extremists in Jalingo and Ukum local government area of Taraba and Benue states, respectively. Overall, the troops of Operation Wild Stroke neutralized 7 terrorists, arrested 23, and rescued 7 kidnapped hostages during the week. The troops also recovered 2 AK-47 rifles, 71 rounds of 7.62mm special ammunition, among other items recovered during the week. Now, let's cross over to the northwest, where we have Operation Hadid the following during the period under review. The troops of Operation Hadid in Daji conducted offensive operations, including raids and ambushes in Faskari local government area of Katsina State. Similarly, they did same in Bakura, Talata, Mafara, and Kaura, Namuda local government areas of Zamfara State, as well as Chikum, local government area of Kaduna State. Additionally, the troops conducted counter and anti-kidnapping operations in Kankara and Dan Musa local government areas of Katsina State. Overall, the troops of Operation Hadir Daji neutralized 30 terrorists, arrested 21 of them, and rescued 44 kidnapped hostages during the period under review. The troops also recovered 13 AK-47 rifles, 288 rounds of RG-55 ammo, and 40 rounds of CJ-95 ammo, among other items recovered during the week. Still in the northwest, let's take a look at Operation Wild Punch. The troops of Operation Wild Punch recorded the following during the period under review. The troops arrested violent extremists and a gun runner in Lere and Kaura and Karu local government areas of Kaduna and Nasarawa states, as well as Wagolada Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory here in Abuja. Overall, the troops of Operation Wild Punch neutralized 9 terrorists. They arrested 171 suspects and rescued 6 kidnapped hostages during the period under review. Troops also recovered 1 AK-47 rifle, 1,641 rounds of 7.62mm special ammo, and 49 rounds of 7.62mm NATO ammunition, among other items recovered during the week. Now, we can move to the south-south, where we have Operation Delta Safe. Troops of Operation Delta Safe significantly curbed the activities of crude oil pipeline vandals during the period under review. The troops destroyed illegal refining sites and recovered stolen products during the week. Additionally, Troops conducted offensive operations in southern Ijaw local government area of Bayelsa State and Owe in Delta State. The operation in Delta State led to the arrest of a notorious kidnap kingpin. Overall, the troops of Operation Delta State recovered over 920,000 liters of stolen crude oil, over 88,000 liters of illegally refined AGO, otherwise known as diesel, as well as over 7,500 liters of PMS, otherwise known as petrol. Troops also discovered and destroyed 15 dugout pits, 17 boats, 62 drums loaded with illegal products, 32 cooking ovens, and 84 illegal refining sites, among others. The troops also neutralized a violent extremist and apprehended 23 suspected oil thieves and oil and other violent extremists in the course of the operations. Troops also recovered 9 assorted weapons, 10 magazines, and 63 assorted ammunition, among other items, in the course of their operations. Now to the southeast, where we have Operation Udoka. The troops of Operation Udoka recorded the following during the week. The troops conducted fighting patrols in Yala and Ahoda West, local government areas of Anambra and Rivers State, respectively. The troops also arrested indigenous people of Biafra and their Eastern Security Network extremists in Olu local government area of Imo State. Overall, the troops of Operation Udoka neutralized 9 terrorists, arrested 8 of them, and rescued 6 kidnapped hostages during the period under review. The troops recovered weapons, ammunition, among several other items that were recovered in the course of their operations. I will say that we are constantly assessing our actions, adjusting and amending our operations in order to completely annihilate terrorists across the country. Accordingly, troops are working decisively to fish out and kill these terrorists, stop the insecurity, and ensure the safety of citizens across the country. It is important that citizens know that winning the war depends not only on military, weapons, and finances. Winning the war largely depends on the people. And it is for this reason we encourage citizens to see something, say something, so we can do something about it. Thank you very much. This is illegal refining sites and canoes conveying illegal refined products. So what we have resulted in doing is striking these sites and destroying these products, thereby curbing the crude oil theft. In curbing the crude oil theft, we are boosting our ability to meet our OPEC quota and exceed it in the nearest future. This time around, the operations is against the illegal refining sites, those that are perpetrating oil theft in the Niger Delta area. As we strike, destroy the sites, destroy the infrastructure that they have put in there, we are deliberately taking them out in order to boost our crude oil production. And like I mentioned earlier in my brief, we have seen noticeable improvement, knowing that we are on the right track on target. Okay, I think that does it for the eclipse for today. Now to the interactive and question and answer session. I will start with my left, please. Yeah.
So when you talk about the improvement in crude oil output,
Yes.
could you put perhaps a figure to that? And number two, in addition to the efforts, just like we've seen in the video clip, remember during the renewed directive by Mr. President for this operation to be scaled up, he also briefed and told us that the IUCs will be monitored, especially the metering and the metering point.
Yes.
Could you give us updates as to what has happened? And the last one, sir. In the aftermath of the protests, there have been a series of arrests, especially those 9 Russian flags and one Bashir Hadejia. Could you comment on that? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
My name is Odita Sunday. I write for The Guardian. Follow up to Sifon's last question. It's barely 1 week after the hashtag End Bad Governance protest in Nigeria. Kindly avail us the stock that you've taken, your observations, your assessment of the protests, and general military stand on that protest.
Good morning, General Sir. My name is Hassan Maina. And of recent, the chairman of Gada local government in Eastern Sokoto said those terrorists who invaded his local government area killed some villagers.
That not too long ago, the Chief of Defense Staff was given the marching orders by Mr. President to ensure that the nation crude oil production receives a spike so that we are able to meet our OPEC quota. And the Chief of Defense Staff followed up by saying that within the next 2-3 months. Well, I'm pleased to inform you that already we have recorded noticeable improvement in the nation's crude oil production. And this is indicative of the fact that we are on the right track, but we are not going to rest on our oars. We are going to push forward. We are going to sustain the momentum until the nation's crude oil production quota, OPEC quota, is reached and exceeded. It will be recalled that in rejigging our operations, we increased the surveillance over the pipeline infrastructures. We increased our cooperation with the stakeholders, that's the oil sector stakeholders, the locals. We also pushed for the metering of the pipelines so that we know accurately what the nation is churning out on a daily basis. While all these have not yet been put in place, I can say that for the surveillance of the pipeline and other military actions required in the area, we are receiving an increase in our crude oil production, as we have noticed and has already been stated in several media outlets already. Now to the question about one Bashir Hadejia that was arrested in connection with the protests, I would say that that arrest was not made by the military, but by one of our security agencies. I would direct that you contact that agency for more information in order for me not to say what I don't really have all the details about. In respect of the question concerning the just concluded bad governance protest in the country, well, what we have observed is that protest means different things to different people. For some, protest means to go out and carry out a riot. For others, protest means to go and loot. For some others, protest means to carry out demonstrations. And now, it's very clear, it's evident to all that the different things that we have observed and the different meanings of protest is according to the purpose of which they are being sponsored. I did mention earlier on in my brief before the protest took place, and I said that a combination of factors were responsible for what we were about to witness. I spoke about sovereign interference. I spoke about terror groups. I spoke about interest groups. I spoke about interest parties. Now it is evident from what we have seen after the protest that it was a combination of all this. While in some areas and some part of the section of the country, it was peaceful, which is allowed by the Constitution. Some other areas, we noticed that they want to undermine the government. It became subversive. It became violent. So, I believe that when it comes to governance, the work is already cut out by what we have seen. And I'm pleased that Mr. President has said that he has heard. And if he has heard, we know that he is going to do something about it. He is going to do something more about it, and answer and reduce the citizen dissatisfaction that was witnessed as a result of the protest. Now to the cross-border jihadists. Yes, I did say in the course of my brief that we are in a better place in the course of in terms of our operations than we have ever been. And I also pointed out that winning this war is not just about us, the military. It's not about our weapons, or it's not just about the equipment. It also largely has to do with the people. We cannot be everywhere at the same time. And with the vigor and energy with which people used to come out for the End Bad Governance protest, I wish they can channel such energy in terms of support in ending the insecurity in our country. I do say often that more people know something than those that see it. So know something, see something, say something, so we can do something about it. This is where I will leave it at. Thank you.
End bad governance protest. Security agencies were quick to pick the organizers. But we've seen bandits doing giveaways for social media.
Yes. would say that the military is working decisively to fish out terrorists wherever they may be hiding across our country and take them out. We are working assiduously to ensure the safety of citizens across our country. And we encourage citizens to partner with the government, to partner with the military in bringing an end to the insecurity in our country. If you know something about people that posted something, say something, and we will do something. But what we know, and those that we're able to reach, we have reached them, and they are cooperating in terms of investigation that is enabling us to reach others. Now, when it comes to security, there's division of labor. There's the part of the military, and there's the part of other security agencies. Some of the questions that you've thrown at me are not meant for me to answer. They are meant for other security agencies to answer. And I will refer you to go to them, and they will give you the answers that you seek. Have I answered everything?